The woods were dark. The trees were giants, their branches like long, twisted arms reaching out to grab you. An owl hooted. Something rustled in the undergrowth. Two friends, Max and Kevin, walked deeper into the woods. They were lost. "I told you we should have stayed on the trail," Max said, his voice trembling. Kevin shivered. "It's just a shortcut," he mumbled. The wind howled through the trees, sounding like a wild animal. Max and Kevin huddled closer together. They couldn't see a thing. The darkness was thick and heavy. "I hear something," Max whispered, his eyes wide with fear. They both listened. A low growl echoed through the trees. Max grabbed Kevin's arm. "Let's get out of here!" They ran through the trees, branches whipping at their faces. The night was pitch black, and the only light came from the sliver of the moon peeking through the dense canopy above. Their breaths came in ragged gasps as they pushed forward, driven by an unseen terror. The growling sound seemed to be getting closer. It echoed through the forest, a menacing reminder of the danger that lurked in the shadows. Max thought he could hear whispers too. Faint and elusive, they seemed to dance on the edge of his hearing. Kevin tripped over a root and fell. The impact knocked the wind out of him. Max stopped and helped him up. "Come on, we can't stop now," Max urged. But as they turned to go, they saw it, a shadowy figure, barely visible in the darkness, standing still and watching them. Section 4. The Glowing Eyes. Two glowing eyes stared at them from the shadows. They were bright yellow, like the eyes of a cat, but much, much larger. Max and Kevin froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. The eyes blinked, and then a low growl rumbled through the woods. Max and Kevin were paralyzed with fear. They'd never seen anything like it. Section 5. A terrifying discovery. The creature stepped forward, its body still hidden by the shadows. The air was thick with tension, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Max and Kevin could see now that it was huge, much bigger than any animal they had ever seen before. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they tried to make sense of what they were seeing. The creature's outline was massive, dwarfing the trees around it. Slowly, the creature emerged from the darkness. Max and Kevin gasped, their eyes widening in disbelief. The forest seemed to come alive with the sound of rustling leaves and distant animal calls, adding to the eerie atmosphere. It wasn't a monster, wasn't some terrifying beast, it was a dog. A sense of relief washed over them, but the mystery was far from over. A very big dog, with glowing eyes, but a dog nonetheless. The boys exchanged glances, their fear slowly turning into curiosity. What was a dog of this size doing in the middle of the forest at night? They knew they had to find out. Section 6. Not what it seems. The forest was eerily quiet, the only sound being the rustling of leaves underfoot and the distant hoot of an owl. The moonlight cast long shadows, creating an almost surreal atmosphere. The dog wagged its tail, its glowing eyes soft now. It seemed almost friendly, a stark contrast to the ominous glow that had initially startled them. It padded towards them and nudged Kevin's hand with its wet nose. Kevin hesitated for a moment, unsure of what to make of the creature. Kevin cautiously reached out and petted the dog's head. The fur was surprisingly soft, and the dog leaned into his touch, seeking more affection. The dog let out a happy bark. It was a sound that broke the tension, a signal that perhaps they were safe. Max and Kevin laughed, relieved. The fear that had gripped them moments ago melted away, replaced by a sense of camaraderie and relief. It wasn't a monster after all, just a friendly dog lost in the woods looking for some company, just a friendly dog out for a nighttime stroll. They decided to follow it, thinking it might lead them out of the forest. But as they started walking again, following the dog through the woods, Max noticed something strange. The forest seemed to grow darker, the shadows deeper. The dog's eyes, they were still glowing, brighter than ever. It was as if the light was intensifying, drawing them deeper into the forest. And this time, they weren't glowing yellow, they were glowing red. A deep, unsettling red that sent shivers down their spines. The friendly facade was gone, replaced by an eerie, almost malevolent presence.